Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. We've got a little bit of stuff that we want to do around here, just to start doing our ploughing and plough back in the field that we've terraformed. And one thing that I was actually thinking is, you know, we could remove this tree and then we could terraform this out a little bit more, but then I was thinking, well, no, we don't actually need to do that, but maybe we could raise this bit up a little here and just fill this in. I can't remember how close we can get to the tree. Another thing that I would like to do, right, if you go and have a look in here a minute, and we go to land like that. So now if you zoom in, that hill, we own the hill there, but we don't own all of it. You got the house there that's behind it. So value, balance 22,000, 152,000 in order to buy that. This bit all the way around here is 200,000, which ain't cheap. And then these here, these are 137, 126, 102, 213. That one there's 350. That one's 202. So they're not cheap. They're absolutely not cheap. Okay. Now, if we want an aerial landscape, an aerial view rather of the landscape. So if we go over here, what we can do is we can actually remove this hillside, and we could have it so that you've still got the track that comes up along here and goes past this house, but we can remove all of this, and you can take out a huge chunk of this if you want to. And I thought it could be quite an interesting exercise to try and remove as much of that as possible. And you can't remove that house, so that one's kind of left on its own. And then also, like, with that one up there, that one's left up there. So the objects on the map, you can't actually remove the objects on the map. And that's something that I think does hold the whole terraforming thing back. Because it would be very cool if you could, like, add in these extra bits. And they did talk about this. They have actually said that they would like to add in some more functionality to it. So maybe this is something that we'll be able to do in the future. And you will have the whole of the Giants map editor built into the game, which would be absolutely phenomenal. It really would. I mean, there are other, you know, it's not like it's never happened before. There are other games where you've got map editors built right into the game itself, and I've played many of them, and you know, they can be a lot of fun if it's gotten right. If they get it right, they may not necessarily get it right. So let's just have a look on here a minute, and right, I'm using just the terraforming bit here a minute, and I want to bring that up. So what I'd like to do is I want to bring this piece up a little bit. So what I'm actually thinking is, if I do it there, I can raise that up like that. And you see it does go level on that bit, which does kind of hold the whole terraforming thing back a little bit, I think. You know, there is... It might be, well, I suppose it's just what you get used to. If we get used to using it like that, then it's not really going to be an issue for us, is it? So if I just blend that down, it's filled in the bit in the middle. And then we can blend this down through now. So we've now filled in that little bit of a lump that was there. And I think that's looking better. Then we can go round, we can go back through now with the plough, and we'll be able to fill that bit in. We shouldn't have any trouble with it. And then you've got this up here. But obviously, we've had trees in that bit there. And that was before we started the whole terraforming. So there's nothing that we can do about that. And it's the same with this bit up here. I might be able to do something down here. And I can actually sort of, well, some of this. I can't do all of it. There's a piece there that I can't do. But I might be able to do a piece right there if I wanted to. I'm just sort of looking at it for a minute. Wondering how steep this actually is. And I'm thinking, maybe we could just blend that along here a bit. Because there's only so much that we can do on this piece. But I am able to lower it down a bit there. Just like that. That'll smooth it out, make it a little bit easier for us to come across with the mowers. There. Maybe bring that round. There. I don't want to do too much there, because we're going to struggle to come in here with the mowers anyway. And then you've got all these bits that we can't terraform because of having existing trees there. Alright, we'll leave the rest. We won't do any more. So let's go now, go back to our track. Oop, there it is. So we want to go to this one, and we're going to unfold. So we've pushed into the field a little bit more. if I flip that one over a minute, and then we can plough from this end of the field, we will go straight down to the end, and we'll sort of fill in this little bit. We've got that other piece up there that we'll just fill in as well, and then we can head over to our other fields and go and deal with them as well. And that's it then. We've then got all of our fields in place. We've got all the new bits that we wanted to do. There, it's creating field on there. And you can see now we've got a lovely smooth piece that we can work on. It's not too rough for the plough at all. It's actually, it flows up through there quite nicely. I haven't gone any closer to the edge than that, but I don't need to. It's going to work quite nicely up there. So it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but it's close enough for me. Yeah. Because of the trees and the stuff and the bits on the edges there, it is a little bit difficult to get this one exactly right, but I'm thinking this is as close to perfection as we're going to get, and it doesn't need to be any more than this. You know, it's still going to be a working field here in the end, and we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with it. It's not like we're restricted to just inside the field, because I am planning for most of this field to be grass anyway, so it's not really going to hold it back. I say most of this field is going to be a grass field for the most part. Let's put that one there. There we go. Right. Bring that one up round there, so I've got a double width on this plough just up along that side. Then we'll go back and we'll do another couple of strips along the bottom, and then we can switch the ploughs over. No, before we do that, we'll use this one and we'll mark out all of the bits that we want marked out with this one. So that we've got the edges of the new fields all sort of lined up, and then we'll be able to get going with some cultivator work. So I've got that bit there, that's done. Now if we go whizzing up, well, let's get rid of that. Whizzing up across here. Now this is the bit that we can't quite do everything that we'd like to because of the fact that we have the tree stump in there. So we're going to have to just work around this. Not every field is going to be the exact shape that we'd like, and that's very much like real life. There's always going to be some fields that don't quite work out as well as you'd hope. Generally, a lot of them are alright, but like that one there, it's still pretty good. We've still got most of what we want on here. I'm just going to bring that to there a minute and fill that piece there. Just bring that across. There we go. Right, that's much better. And then I can back up. We won't worry about finishing this one off with the blue plough. We can do this bit here with this one. Drop you down and plough around a really sharp corner and really test every single joint and piece of metal, every strain point on that plough to its absolute maximum and not do anything else. It's a wonder it didn't break, actually. That is a genuine wonder that one didn't just snap in half doing that. That is a testament to the solid engineering that is present in that plough. There we go. That's that bit done. And I'll go back over here now and just do a couple of strips along the bottom end here, so I've got room for dropping the blue plough in and out, because otherwise it's not going to have enough room there to turn properly. Take you like that. Drop you up through there. Sort of. Is it going to do it? Yeah, it is. I was thinking that we might be a little bit too far up. But no, we're alright. We didn't bite off more than we could chew. We're absolutely fine with that. And then we can bring this back in here. I've already seen a lot of very cool things that people have been doing with this update. In particular, Felsbrunn on the map there. A lot of people have immediately moved right up into the high mountain and built their farm up in a mountain overlooking the whole of the valley, and some of those farms look absolutely stunning. They really do. There's a lot of work gone into some of those farms, and they just look amazing. This update is just phenomenal, and I, for one, I'm absolutely delighted that they didn't try to push this into the release of the game before this was all completely ready, because, I mean, look, we've now got a decent polished tool here, and it looks amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. See this bit here that we blended through there? You've got now just, it's not too rough for the yard. It's kind of like a fairly normal type of thing you'd expect to get in any farmyard, really. Drop that one down. You need to activate the allow create fields again. So we bring that round there like that. That's the edge of the field. And then I'll bring it up through here. It may be slightly different to how we had it last time, but it's close enough for me. There, we'll bring that to there. So like I said before, we've got that rough spot in the middle of that one. And that one is going to cause us a little bit of an issue. I don't think it's going to be very much, though. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge. I think we'll be just fine with it. And because, again, I'm planning on leaving that one as a grass field and not doing anything else with it. This field here is going to be crops. And then I was going to leave that one over there as a grass field and also that one as a grass field. Because we do want to get some cows. And so I sort of figured, well, you know, we'd be able to use the cows on... use those two fields for the cows. And ideally, what I'd like to do is we want to start saving up some money now. I've gone and spent a load of money on some terraforming. Big scale terraforming does get expensive. One particular terraforming project that I want to do, like I said, is remove that hill over there. But the reason I want to do that is because I want to put the cows there. That, I think, would be the perfect spot to put the cows. And also, it's a big scale terraforming project, and it could be really good fun to have a go at trying to do that. Get the cows in there, get the whole thing leveled out. In order to be able to do that, we're going to have to remove all of those trees. And, I mean, the house over the back end of it is not going to be a problem, but we may have to buy up another piece of land. Don't think we're going to have to, but we might. So we just want to be aware that we may have to go buying up another piece of land in order to be able to do that. You know, if we do, we do. We'll deal with it. I want to go and look at that now. I'll tell you what. Oh no. Let's just finish. Let's one thing at a time, shall we? Let's do one task at a time. I need to move that bale up there. Let me just turn off the allow create field on there a second, and we'll bring this one over. I'm hoping what I can do is swing round and knock that bale right the way down there, and then I'll get it out the way. This is the correct way to move a bale, by the way. If ever you're in doubt. Nice. Okay. It worked. Sort of. That didn't work. That just swung over the... Actually, that's far enough away that it should be okay now. Yeah, that's the correct way to go about moving a bale. By the way, if anybody ever has any doubt as to how you should move a bale, you need to swing at it like that as wildly as you possibly can. It's the only acceptable way of doing it. Well, you know, you could just... I could have stopped and got the loader on and done it all properly, but I didn't want to. I wanted to get a move on. I want to do this. I want to get this bit done. So we're going to bring this one down here. This may be a bit further than we went last time. I don't mind. I'm going to bring that down to there. It's going to come round here like this. And then we're going to go along the front like that. And take it just along the edge here. So we're getting quite close to the sheep pen down here, which I think is absolutely fine. There's no issues with that, I don't think. We've got plenty of room to be turning round and things like that. Then we want to slowly come up round here. We want to leave a little bit on the side for the track. This track's not like a major one. It's not a major route or anything like that. It's just a small track that accesses a piece up the back that we don't even own it technically. So we've got to leave it open as the right of way for the person that does own it. Although they do have another track that they can access that with if they want to. So they don't even need to come through here. Shouldn't affect them at all. Now we come along the top here. I did say previously that I was wanting to extend the field up a little bit if I could. It's fairly level on this bit, so this isn't causing us any problems. I do have that one tree there, so rather than worrying about that tree for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this down like this. And then that tree's not going to come into it at all. So there we go. We've got that one first bit there. I will go round again and have another pass on this so that we can just define the line of this field properly. And then it'll be a case of doing it with the big blue plough just to finish off. And that should do all the rest of what needs to be done in this area. So I'll bring that one round. This one here, I'm going to do it that way like that, and then turn a lot more. Bring it all the way back over there like that. What do I reckon? I reckon about there, I think. And then I can do that same swing out that way like that, see? And then I can come back in round, bring you up that way, and stop right there before we head on up here. There we go, see? And that's sort of filling in that piece quite nicely. We've got another couple of little corners here that we're going to have to do the same sort of process with, so that we've got plenty of room to maneuver with our big blue plough. But the blue plough is only going to take a couple rounds on this just to finish everything off, so it should be alright. See what it's like if I just do it like this. That's the problem with it when you do it like this, is it doesn't then, it leaves you quite a narrow line to work on, and I don't really want a narrow line to work on here. What I'd like to do is, actually, if I bring it down to there, and I go in a straight line up across here, like that, that'll bring the corner out so that I've got room to maneuver the blue plough. And then I can bring this one back up and go again. There we go. So, yeah, we can get our planting going, and we can get the cultivating going and stuff like that, so that we've got, like, the next lot is now going to be then underway. I don't want to be stuck doing round bales all the time. I'm getting fed up with round bales. I would like to move to a square baler. So we'll get a square baler for doing our next lot. And whether we have to lease it or whether we can buy it, I'm not quite sure yet. But I definitely want to remove that great big mountain up there for putting our cows in. Oops, didn't need to do that. If I can do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. I think it's going to look really awesome having our cows sort of nestled in there where that hill was, because that's really pushing what the whole update is capable of doing. And that's what kind of what I want to, is one of the things that I want to do, is I want to push what the game is able to do. And whether that's through doing like in the garage tour where we were doing more extreme stuff, or whether it's just within the realms of normal gameplay and we're still kind of pushing what we can get out of it, I don't really mind, but it's what I'd like to try and do. I want to push this as much as we can. So I'm going to flip the plough over. So we come back down here now. This was really steep last time, and now we've got that beautiful smooth line through there. Let's go next to that trailer over there and just see what that's like. I'm going to fold the plough a minute. That just straightens it up a little bit. And then we come on round here. That was quite a deep point before, wasn't it? And we come on down here. It's just a normal farm track. You know, there's some undulations in the ground. It's not perfectly smooth. I'd be actually a bit disappointed if it was perfectly smooth all the way down through. Just that these undulations in the track are absolutely perfect. These are kind of what make it for me, to be honest. So let's drop you down there like that. And then we go and get the next plough. And we just got to finish this bit off here. And then when we've done that, we'll get the tractor, we'll get the little tractor over there. Actually, no, we can do the cultivating in a minute. We can start doing a little bit. If I grab you a second, you come over here. You've got a little tiny bit of cultivating to do on there. So I can at least start you on that bit. If I go like that, you should just, you should finish it all off nice and tidy. Like, Papa J has completed their task. No, you haven't. I assure you, you have not completed your task. You've disappointed me. I thought you were better than that. I thought you'd actually be able to do this. I thought you'd be able to cope with this simple directions. Let's try you again. Nope. Doesn't like the really short work. I've presented it with some really short work here, and it doesn't seem to like it at all. So if I bring it back round, and I'll do another lot there, like that, and then I bring it back round again, it should now go and do it. At least this is what I'm hoping. Because it's going to have to go then up a little bit further in order to finish. There we go. Hired help is away. It's got to go along here, and it's got to go up that little bit there just to finish it. So we can finish off that little corner of the field here. Tractor will do it, and hired help should go up, turn around, get everything on there done. In the meantime, you can come back down to here, and we get this one on. We've only got this piece down here. I did that bit up there, and we didn't do anything else on this field in the end. Decided that it wasn't going, it just wasn't worth it. So if I drop you down now, I'm going to flip you over a minute. Now, I think once you've adjusted the plough... So you want to do this while you're moving forward. You don't want to be stood still to be flipping this plough over, because you've seen then the way those wheels were moving. It's not good for it. That's not the sort of thing that you want to do. So to just press allow create fields on there. There we go. Right, now it's creating fields. That's perfect. I'll bring you all the way over to there as far as I can risk it, like that. And now we come out of the ground. Back you down. Oop, steady. Steady. There we go. Right, and then I can bring it up to there. And we should be able to now head up across this piece. Just filling that in. A little bit on there. Okay, that's going to work out quite nicely there. So we can just blend that down in, and then we've got our field. It's only going to be a couple of passes. It's a bit of power required to do this. But if you have a look, our tractor, the actual amount of damage that this tractor has taken is quite high. Although there was some sort of bug to do with pressure washing. I'm not sure if the pressure... didn't I read somewhere like the pressure washer was causing the tractors to take additional damage as you were removing the dirt? I'm not sure if that was actually a thing or not, or if I misread that or something. But, yeah, it was something to do with pressure washers and the rate of damage that was being done to the tractors. Now, I did say that we're going to leave this one until it breaks down completely, until the whole damage meter is filled right up, so that we can test it, because I want to find out what's going to happen. I've no doubt that a lot of you would like to find out what's going to happen as well, so I will take that silver bullet for you. I will fall on my sword for you so that you don't have to. You don't have to be driving along a road and find out what happens when your precious machinery breaks down, because I am going to do that for you. Right, Helper B has completed their task. That is absolutely brilliant, because Helper B can come along and do this field next. I just need to go up there. And I'm done. Right. Let's just lift you out, and I will disable the allow create fields a minute. So if we flick over to you, and we will go and start on this one. Now, I reckon that I'm sort of thinking, if I go from the top of the field, it's going to go through and it's going to cultivate all of the grass as well. And we don't actually want it to cultivate all of the grass, do we? We just want it to cultivate some of it. So, I mean, yes, technically with the game, you don't even need to do the cultivating. We just get straight on with planting the grass. And I could go and do that, except that I like this nod towards realism where we do the cultivating. I don't like not cultivating first. It just feels wrong to me. It really does. It really does feel like we're doing it wrong if we go and do it like that. Because I know that, you know, after ploughing in real life, you're supposed to do the cultivating. You struggle to go and plant straight away unless you've got a power harrow built into your seed drill. And not very many of them do. I mean, yeah, I suppose actually nowadays quite a lot of them might do. But, yeah, you get the idea. So we'll start this guy working up here, and he's just going to go back and forth across this field from this point here. He should be alright. We've got plenty of room for turning round. We've removed all the trees. It's not like he's got to build anything, so he should be fine. He shouldn't have any issues with that. So while he gets going with that, we're going to bring this one here, and we're going to run down over to our other new field down over here. Now I'm thinking hard. I want to bring you new content and new material, but at the same time, I also want to work on that bit up there. But in order to do that, we've got to cut down a load of trees, haven't we? Oh, one thing I do want to show you very quickly. There is a new mod. Large tractors. Over here, we have the Fendt 900 Black Beauty. Absolute gorgeous one. Absolute beauty. There we go. That one's been added onto the mod hub. We can go up to a 400 horsepower engine if you want to with that one right there. So that one's been added in now, along with all of the other things there. So you've got the Fendt 900 there, and then you've got the Fendt 1000 down here. This one starts at 396, and then the engine setup, that goes all the way up to 517 horsepower. But you don't have the black option for the camera, for the colour with it, which is a bit of a shame. You've got the 900 here. Main colour can be the two greens. So you've got the black version of it they're available. And there's also another mod as well that they've released, which is under manure spreaders. I haven't actually looked at that one. It's this one here. It's the Brochard. It's that great 60,000 litre capacity beastie over there. So in here we got the Farm Tech. We got the Samson right there, which actually looks pretty cool. I like the look of that one. I like the stone guard it's got here as well. That's pretty good. What are those options? Capacity. Ah, nice. Adds a bit of extra capacity on the side there. It goes up to 13.6, goes up to 16.9. That's pretty good. And then you got the Krone right here. This one is a set 15.520. Corkscrews on the back, and then where's the spreader's on the front. Corkscrews bring it to the front, spreads out the side. I've used that type of muck spreader quite a bit, actually. I prefer this type than I do that type, because the beaters here do have this tendency to put stones through, even through the stone guards and right into the back of your tractor, smashing your windows, whereas these, they chuck it out the side, you don't get the stones. Okay, the stones aren't an issue. This one here, what is the small wheel for? I don't understand what the point of that small wheel is. Again, with the stone guard on there, no other options on this one, but it doesn't have tall beaters, this one. I like this. It's just got these flat bits down the bottom, which does make a difference to the whole stones coming up in through the windows. This one here is your standard big beaters on it, I think, isn't it? No, it's not. I think it is. No, it doesn't look. That looks like plates as well. Ideal. And then you got the Brochard here. A monstrous one. This one does have beaters. Whether or not the stones would go all the way to the front with this one, they probably would. But, I mean, look at this thing. This thing's an absolute beast. Savage, this thing is. Properly savage. 60,000 litres, 50 tons, it says there. That is a lot of manure. It's not something that we're going to be worrying about right now, anyway. Okay, so let me just go back to start landscaping a minute. And I want to have a look over here. So, what would we be doing? We've got a tree up there that we'd have to remove. We've got, see, all of these trees, every single tree in this piece we would have to remove. We wouldn't be able to buy into there. I'd say maybe that tree there could stay. Possibly that one. But then this one here, and that one, and there, and there, and there. These would all have to go. Remove all of them. And then we'd be able to start removing this hillside. And that would get expensive. But I'm hoping that we'd be able to fit a cattle pen in there if we did it. And if we go now into animal pens, I've only got 20,000, so I can only really check it with a chicken coop. Going on the size of it, we should be able to fit a cattle pen in here. I'd like to remove the top of that hill all the way down through. Because if you look at this, this doesn't look like natural hills anyway. This looks like a spoil heap. That hill does not look like a natural hill to me in any way, shape, or form. This looks like a spoil heap that has been dug out from here. We've got something like an old quarry or something here, and that's what you've got there. That is also why you've got, if you look up through here, you've got all of that sort of cliff around there. We're in an old quarry. That's what we're in right here. We're in the remains of an old quarry, and that's a spoil heap over there. So it's not the best quality of soil and stuff in here. This is my theory here for this area. And we're making do with what we got. So possibly this quarry, I don't know, closed down 70 years ago and it's been filled in a little bit. So it would have seen some machinery being used. You've got buildings up there, look, and those are older buildings, so those would have been built using the stone from down here. Quite a normal thing to have happened. It would be quite, you know, I am speaking from the experience of Europe, though, and I realise that this is the US, but, I mean, still, if that building up there is 150 years old, it's entirely possible that the stone for that building was taken from fairly close by. They wouldn't have moved it very far. Not back then. So, having the quarry down here would make sense. So, I'm thinking that this used to be a quarry, and that's a spoil heap up there. So, I wanna level that off. I don't want that spoil heap to stay there anymore. I've had enough of it. It's spoiling my view. So if we level that off, we move it, we level it all out, and it's expensive because we're going to be moving some of that soil a fair way away. You know, we're going to be removing a large chunk of it, and that's what's going to end up costing us a load of money. I don't know yet how much it's going to cost. We'll have to wait and see. I know that some of you would like me to try sugarcane, so I don't know if you want me to do sugarcane soon, or if you'd rather I worked on this next project. But working on this project does mean that I'm going to be spending quite a bit more time working on trees. I mean, I don't know how much time we'll work on trees. It shouldn't take up that much of our time, because apparently the cranes have been improved, so we can load logs faster. The log forks, all of it has been improved. I'd like to go and get the long trailer that takes the logs and stuff, and we can use that one to transport the logs. So that would be a really quick, easy way to transport the logs without any issues. We've got... Oh no, that's where I drove over the grass. The driving over the grass thing, that's now gone. I think I mentioned that already. They decided that it would be better to remove the crop destruction bit on grass, but just on grass, not on the rest of the crops. So now that that crop destruction is gone, it means that you'll no longer have the crop being destroyed on the grass. Which means that when you go over it with the mower, immediately followed behind, it's going to cut. And I would far rather have that. I think that is much better. For me, at least, that works out a lot better. So let's just bring this one up through here. And this is going to be the bit that is going to cause us some problems. Are we even going to be able to pull our plough through here? We are. Sort of. It's not actually going to go into the ground, but we can still pull our plough through. It will work. We will make this work. One way or another, we're going to make this work. We are going to do it. I'm telling you. We will not accept no for an answer. Because then we got a nice big field over here. So we got load more grass, which will be ready for our cows. We're also going to need to, you know, if we're leveling that out, we can put our cows down the bottom end. And then at the back end, sort of there in line with the beacons there, we can put some storage sheds there. A couple of storage sheds, and we'll be able to use that for storing all of the hay and straw bales. Silage bales possibly, but one of the next things that we're going to want to be doing is silage. And not silage bales either. We're going to want to get a silage clamp, so we're going to need to find somewhere to put a silage clamp down. And, you know, we're getting to the point where we've either got to put a silage clamp somewhere in the yard, over here somewhere, maybe going into that new field that we've just gone and made, or we got to buy some more land, or we could maybe put it here. I am wondering about putting it there, like cut down all those trees in there and have a go. It might work, it might not. I'm not really sure. Some people have been telling me about their logging methods, and one of the big things that I've been told with logging at the moment is that it works really well just using a chainsaw. Not bothering using the tree harvester. You set the tree harvester onto 8 meters. But if you just take a chainsaw and you cut it in half, with the improvements to the log fork now, use the log fork on the front loader and use that one to do your, you know, picking up your logs. You can load up the big log trailer quite quickly using that one. Just, you know, the tall trees, you cut them in half. The short trees, you leave them exactly as they are. And you load them straight into that log trailer. Bang, 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 job done, and then you can run them off to the mill and you can sell them. And you can do it really quick, so you can process through all the trees at quite a surprising speed. You can really get through them nice and fast. And I like this. This is the thing that I'm quite liking about it. So this is why I'm wondering if we should have another go at doing some more logging, even though we've been doing a lot of logging lately. And I am very well aware of the fact that we've done an awful lot of logging, and I don't want to overdo it. Because I know some of you aren't particularly fond of the logging stuff. And then when we go starting our super hardcore series on whenever we get the right map for it, there's probably going to be quite a bit of logging on that map to start with as well. So I really don't want to overdo logging. We're going to have to do some on those trees up there. We've got no choice on that. Unless there's a new mod that comes in pretty soon. We're going to have to do some fairly soon-ish on that. I am still considering getting that placeable down. the one that just turns the trees straight into wood chips. You put it down as a placeable and you feed everything into it. Let me show you. Miscellaneous, that one there. The Gens wood chipper right there, and just dump the stuff into that shreds it all. Be interesting to see how that one works in this version of the game, because obviously, you know, the last one you just kind of... It didn't feed very much, did it? You know, mostly it was just kind of dump the stuff in, and you did have to do a little bit of, like, feeding in and out of the machine, but generally it was... You just dropped it into the top end. I think I did struggle a little bit with longer branches on it. I didn't particularly like longer branches, but for the most part, it was pretty good. Now, this is going to be our main trouble here, is getting this little bit. So how are we going to do this? I'll bring that back over there. Lower you down again. And then I'm thinking I want to try and pull you round like that. So at the back end of the plough does the work. There we go. We've done that bit. I've got one little bit left. If I can just get that bit there. Go on, lower you down. Let's try that again. And there we go. Nice. Okay, we're done. We lift that one up. Turn off the allow create fields and fold it back up again. That's all done there. The chickens thing where you put the new chicken pen down and then it doesn't produce eggs to start with, that should have been fixed now as well. That should no longer be an issue for anybody. I'm hoping that is actually the case. We've got that bit ploughed up. That's awaiting cultivation. We're probably going to end up just cultivating all of the grass off of that one. Unless I just go in with a seeder. I might actually do that. We might just go with the seeder with that one. So that bit's done. We're making some decent progress now. I need to decide what we're going to do next. What do we want to do? We've got a field that we need to plant. I don't really want to do silage just yet, but what I do want to do, though, is I want to go here to silos. We've got the hayloft right there, and I'm seriously considering getting one of these, because we've never used one before. We didn't use it on the previous versions. Now, it says the bunker. It doesn't actually tell us how much we can put into these bunkers. So you got the large double, the medium, and then the silo large there. Oh, we don't have enough money for that one. Right. Okay. I've only got enough money for the small one anyway. That is all I've got enough money for, is this small one right over here. So, yeah, I could maybe bring it up here. Doesn't like this idea. Definitely doesn't like it. I mean, I don't own that land over there anyway, and that structure there is going to be in a way. So there's not a lot that I can do with that there, is there? Oh. That literally just rotates around like that. There's no other option for it. That's colliding with an object. I can put it down over here if I want to. I don't, because, well, I'll have to go and plough it all up again. So, no, we're not going to worry about that right now. So, that's the small one, and that does seem to take quite a bit of space. Not really sure what to do about that. The hayloft would be nice, but we've only got $22,000, and I'm not really sure what to do about that. This plough here, we're finished with that one, so as we only leased this one, let's just leave that one right there, and we'll call up the dealership, and they can come and get that one back. I can't be bothered to go and take it all the way back to them. Let me go to leased items there, and you can have that one back. Return. Yes. Okay. That one has been returned. And then we've got this log fork. That's the next bit I think that we'll try. We'll have another go with that log fork. We've got the cultivator is busy working up there. We've now finished doing all of our ploughing over there. We've got that nice new field. That one's done. So really, we want to try having a look at some of these other bits. So we'll go to here. Let's drop you down a minute. And take you off. So I'm gonna flip this one round, and I want to get the grab's down over there. So we got the standard log grab, and then we've got the other type of log grab up here. So if I go and get you on a minute, then I'll go back over here and I will get the front loader on, because I'm going to be using that one. So let's bring you round. Go on. Round you go. And put you onto there. Right, so we've got that one on there. I don't have the log grab on here at the moment. Where did I leave the log grab? I'm not even sure where I left it. I think I put it in the bushes over here with this one. Yes, I did. So I was actually considering getting rid of this one, sending it back. I'm quite glad that I didn't now, because it would be nice to just to try this one out a minute and see how it works with the update. So we're going to go for a little bit of a drive. We'll go up round here, round our newly smoothed tracks, which are newly and smoothed. See? Beautiful and smooth. This is absolutely fantastic. This really is. It's genuinely awesome that we've got these nice smooth tracks here now. Right, what are we going to do? What do we do? A lot of these trees are going to be in the way anyway, so that's quite a big tree there. So let's get this one for a minute, shall we? Let's take that one down there. We can test this out now. Go to you. In order to test this out properly, we're going to want to be able to take the whole tree. At least that's the plan. So I'll tip you over like that, and then if you go like this, so don't, when you walk along it, don't point the chainsaw at the tree like that. Go like that with the chainsaw to the side, and then it actually goes up. Cuts it all off. You just gotta... Really? I don't have access to this land, so you're not gonna let me cut up the tree. I can't... Oh, I see. Right, I can't cut that tree down because I don't have access to the land. I suppose that makes sense. Right, now, can I pick this one up? It doesn't rotate, does it? There's no rotation on that one, and that's part of what makes this so difficult to use. Right, I can do that, like that, and then I can open it, like that, and then I can move it in and out, but there's no sideways rotation on it, and that's what makes it difficult. But I don't think there is. No. That was the bit that I struggled with on this previously. So maybe we should do this in half. We will. We'll do this in half. I think it'll make it a lot easier if we do this one in half. If I go like that, I don't think I'll be able to pick up two of them, but at least cutting the thing in half is going to make a slight difference. So if I go there like that and select tool, detach. No, I've got two options here. I can open and close and extend. No, it doesn't have a rotation on it. There's no option at all for rotating it. I can close the grab there, as you can see. And I'm going to lower it. I am going to lower it down like that before I close it, so that I can pinch it on tight. But it's not wanting to... Yeah, it is struggling with it. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to reverse. Again. And it's just bringing it like that. So ideally what I want to do now is I want to lower this one down. And... Ooh. No, actually I'm thinking that I should let it go here. Right, drop that one down there and then... do this again by grabbing this end. I'm not going to be able to grab two of them. I can already see that it's not going to grab two. If I go over there, it seems like it's trying to straighten itself out a little bit. So does that mean that it does twist? Is it supposed to twist a little bit? Maybe it is. I don't know, but looking at it this way, let's try driving it in the right direction. Looking at it this way, it does actually seem to be able to drag through alright. Just takes a little while to do it. Well, looking at it from this angle, it's definitely stronger now than it was. Or at least I think it is. It does seem to be gripping the log fairly tightly. There doesn't seem to be any major issues with it holding on to it. Okay. That there wasn't any major issues with it holding on to it. There is now the odd issue with it holding on to it. This is all we're going to have time for today, unfortunately. So I'm just going to grab that bit, and once this is done, once I've gotten this one all the way back there, so I want to make sure that I'm gripping that one tightly. Once we've gotten this one in here and we've sold this one log, that is going to be it for today's episode. So if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. No, I'm not going to go before I've sold it. Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. So let's bring that one back into here like that. There we go. And yeah, I am going to get rid of this log grab. I don't like this one. We'll use the other one, and we'll use the big trailer, I think, for loading up most of it. So there we go. We sell that one. That's $3,000 right there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.